get the recording going in case this goes up on YouTube. So hello YouTube, welcome back to another Game News Roundup. Today we have Summer Game Fest, which time of streaming this / recording this happened 5 hours ago or so, 4 or 5 hours ago, and Devolver Digital, which was about an hour and a half ago when that took place, as well as all the Xbox news that came out this morning before all of the showcases happened. Two real showcase. Summer Game Fest being the bigger one of the day. Schedule-wise, we'll get in there. I mean, the big one, obviously, is Sundays with Xbox and Bethesda Showcase. Hopefully, that everything is sent. There'll be more gameplay and less CG trailers. Hopefully. We'll get some release dates for some games come out in the next year. This year, next year. Just cross all the fingers. I've been waiting how long for some of this stuff. So, starting, I'm trying to think, I stream Monday. I guess we could go over some other news that has happened over the last couple days. I'm trying to think what else there is. Because I stream Monday, it is technically Thursday. Yeah, stuff is that we went over some of that stuff last time. Oh yeah, Bloober Team not only teased new Layers of Fear game earlier this week, they announced it today. We'll be getting to that in a bit. Frost Giant Studios, former Blizzard developers, announced a new RTS today. New Layers of Fear. Actually, it's Layers of Fears. Psst, with an S on fear. That's what it's called. So, we can go over, since VG Charts is all about game sales, I write up on all the game sales figures that are out there and help use it in my own estimates, make things closer and more accurate. So, UK, May 2022 sales. So, UK sales, PS5 was the best-selling console. PS5 did have a slow January, February, March, but things have picked up the last couple months. PS5 sales in May were 10% higher than in April. Xbox Series X and S was the second best-selling console in May, and this is all UK. Sales jumped 58% month over month, probably mainly because the Series X being available. The Series S being readily available most of the world keeps like a baseline of Xbox sales from going really far down, while PS5 says you can see some weeks where there's practically nothing sold. In other weeks, all of a sudden it's like, shoo! And then Switch is, even though there are some minor shortages, it's more readily available than anything else, so those sales are more stable. Yeah. So yeah, in UK in May, there were 106,000 game consoles sold, which is 16% higher than in April. So far, in 2022, console sales are actually down 38.3%. Year to date, compared to last year. Yeah. January to May 2022 compared to January to May 2021. Mainly due to continued shortage of PS5 and Series X, which PS5 sales are down a lot this year compared to last year. 40%, 30%, 40%. I write so much stuff I can't remember. I have everything written down, so I have to remember it off the top of my head. Yeah, for 2022 in the UK, Switch is number 1, Series X and S is number 2, and the PS5 is in 3rd place. Games-wise, 1.63 million physical and digital games were sold in the UK last month, which is 22% lower than a year ago, and 32% lower than in April. Lego Star Wars, best-selling game for second straight month, despite an 87% drop in sales compared to its launch month. However, Nintendo Switch Sports is the number 1 best-selling game if you only look at retail sales, while FIFA 22 is the best-selling game if you only look at digital sales. The main thing is Nintendo does not share their digital sales of their games, so whenever you look at certain charts, if it's just retail sales, then it's fine. If it combines retail and digital, Nintendo games would generally be higher up if they actually said their digital sales, but they don't reveal it. So, there's that. So if you see some digital charts, like, why is there no Nintendo games? That's why. Or like, why are there no Xbox games in retail-only charts? It's just mainly because Game Pass and the Series S is a digital-only console and is a majority of next-gen sales of between the two new Xbox consoles. So they have a lower their percent of physical sales is lower on the Xbox than it is on any other platform. Other than PC, obviously PC is like 99.99% digital at this point. 99.9999999%? I don't even know. My computer doesn't have a disk drive in it. Halo Infinite was up there when it launched. Yeah, now it's nowhere. Well, yeah, I mean, that's true. If you look at the most played games on Xbox, Forza Horizon 5 is doing better than Halo Infinite. I mean, Fortnite, Apex Legends, Call of Duty Warzone are always towards the top of the most played games on probably all platforms. Technically other than Switch, but I don't think they're even on Switch. I mean, Apex Legends, I don't think, did that come out on Switch? Yeah. We've gone through Sonic Frontier stuff. So not bother with that. We've got a lot to go through. ESA. How is the 1500X been for me, by the way? I have no idea. The Xbox, I'm not sure if it's Windows 11 or the Xbox app, but games keep shitting the bed on Game Pass on the Xbox app. Either they don't want to install, or they crash when I'm playing them. Steam games, the few I've played have been fun. Not that I've played that much on Steam since I've upgraded. I still need a new GPU. That's the other thing. Brand new games I still need to play on my Xbox Series S. But once I get a new GPU, I will be mainly just be PC gaming. Especially with PlayStation games now coming to PC. And the Switch, because Nintendo's not releasing their games on PC. If they were, I would just do PC for everything. Just easier. E3 is apparently returning next year, 2023, after it was canceled this year, and last year's digital-only event was a complete failure. And then the year before that, E3 was also canceled because of, pandemic. So they're excited to bring it back. I mean, yeah, PC. I mean, the cool thing, we'll get into Xbox stuff and releasing games on Xbox, PC, phones with the cloud streaming, and yeah, they did have some Xbox announcements, so we'll be getting to that shortly. I'm just trying to go through some other long rumored. Hideo Kojima is reported developing a horror game called Overdose, which might be the rumored game that he has been developing for Xbox. That they've had some deal. I don't know. If this is all rumors, wait till official announcement. If it's real, we might see it at the Xbox and Bethesda showcase on Sunday. Or if you're watching this after the fact, it would have been on June 12th. Closest I've got to Xbox is gaming on games from the Microsoft Store because I was forced to. I mean, yeah. I mean, at least they're releasing all their games on PC now. You don't have to have an Xbox to play Xbox games. And now with PlayStation games coming to PC, now, even if it is later. So, sorry, I was just muting my phone. I was having a phone call. Halo music going on in the background right now. Once we get to trailers, I'll be sure to mute the music. Which I'm surprised M is not actually listening to music at the moment. Halo Infinite network co-op test. That they're testing the network co-op for Halo Infinite next month. Otherwise, it's supposed to come out in late August. Network co-op being online co-op, not local co-op, which is going to come, which was delayed until further down the road. Which I guess it's harder to get it to work right when it's split screen. Which I'm okay with this. When things are ready, they make them available. Even though this stuff should have been available at launch, coming out in August, 8, 9 months, 10 months after launch is a bit ridiculous, but whatever. This is fine. The campaign itself was fun. It wasn't perfect. It had its issues, but I enjoyed it. Probably my favorite 343 Halo campaign to date. Yeah. Oh, there's a rumor. Might as well keep going, right? Minecraft real-time strategy game, RTS, is in development. Rumor. According to the former Giant Bomb co-founder and editor, there's a new Minecraft game in development, and I don't know if this is something that's going to get announced at the Microsoft event, referring to the Xbox and Bethesda Game Showcase this weekend, but there's a new Minecraft spin-off in the works. Microsoft appears to be testing it out and putting it out under a code-name and all of that sort of stuff. From the basic description, and I got to see a couple of screenshots of it, it seems like it is a real-time strategy game, an RTS of sorts. The difference is you are controlling a Steve-esque unit, so I guess you create a character. Maybe you take your skin and, you know, it's like your skin that you have in Minecraft. Unit on the field, and you order your units around in a third-person view. You're taking on piglins, and it will have some sort of story and cutscenes and all this other stuff. Can we build villages in Minecraft RTS? I have not. Actually, being an RTS, I'm not sure villages, but yeah, some type of bases would make sense, but walls... Yeah, that would actually make more sense. It'd probably be better than Minecraft Dungeons. It's like, yeah, Minecraft is about building, mining, and crafting. I mean, at least the RTS, you know, usually you have to mine for resources in RTSs. Since a lot of it seems unfinished, who knows? He doesn't know if it's gonna be announced or not. But I mean, it looks cool. Sounds cool. It sounds like it's cool. I'm like, yeah, that makes sense. I'm not sure if Minecraft fans will care about an RTS. They'd have to make it, I'd say dumbed down, but... Like, Halo Wars is kind of a dumbed-down RTS. Still fun, but they're not as complicated. You know? Also, the God of War Ragnarok, the big upcoming PlayStation 5 exclusive coming out later this year, had its placeholder date moved from September 30th to December 31st. And there was also a report, rumor, you know, screw it, I'm gonna say rumor for now. Rumor that has been delayed to next year. Rumor. Nothing is true. But, website Game Reactor heard from various European sources that the game has been delayed to sometime next year. However, Bloomberg journalists asked to the people who might know firsthand, said they haven't heard anything about the delay, so I don't know. We just haven't heard anything about the game in a while. Which is probably why people are thinking maybe delayed, maybe not delayed. Intellivision has been trying to release their own console for a while. They're hit with layoffs because they're trying to, hit with layoffs to save money and try to get enough money and save money to get their console out or something. And they're licensing out their IPs they own. What are they? I don't know off the top of my head because I don't remember television games. Never owned one. Was that from the 80s or 70s? Something like that. What is it, 80s? 80s sounds right. So yeah, here's the console. It's supposed to be something. Controller, they look like old school iPods for their controllers with screens or something. I don't know. Will it come out? We'll find out. I'm gonna lean towards no, though. Saudi Arabia, they've been investing a lot into video game developers and publishers. They've bought a $1 billion stake in an Embracer Group. This is after they bought Nintendo. And they invested a lot. Is this related to the television console from the 1970s in any way? Probably not. I mean, it's because I'm trying to think. I don't know if it's the same company. I think someone might have bought the rights to it, but don't hold me to it. But that's right. It might be the same company, but I have a feeling it's someone just bought the rights to the Intellivision name. And it's just going with it. Is my guess. Resident Evil 2, 3, and 7 might be coming out soon for the PS5 and Xbox Series X and S. Next gen updates, higher resolution, faster loading times, higher frame rates, slightly improved visuals, and other tweaks. It's already been announced, but Capcom is holding this June. I made a typo there, didn't I? I did. It's supposed to be June 13th. Capcom has held their own showcase on Monday, June 13th. Ignore that 12th there. My own typo. I write so much news. Typos happen. We'll probably see them there. Also, I think Resident Evil 4 Remake will be shown there, and Street Fighter 6 probably. Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2. They showed off some new level today. We'll get into that again later. Yeah, it's just rights to the brand, not the actual. Okay, thank you, Albel. Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2, but not that Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2, but the new Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2 is coming out to the PS5, Xbox Series X and S, PS4, Xbox One, and PC on October 28th. I will showcase the trailers, the gameplay footage when we get to it. I'm just gonna scroll through all the news. And getting to today, Ghostbusters VR has been confirmed for the PlayStation VR 2. Before, it was only announced for the Meta Quest 2. Meta? It's gotta be Meta. It's gotta be Meta Quest. That is coming to PlayStation VR 2 for anyone who's interested in VR. I don't think we've seen anything on the game itself, but a VR Ghostbusters game sounds fun if done well. Obviously, you know, if done well is always the way you gotta put it. You could be excited for a game, but I've been burned on games too many times to learn to be cautious about games, to be excited but understand it might not be good when you actually play it. So, moving on to the Xbox news that came out. A bunch of stuff that came out all on Xbox this morning. Let's just open up all of these links real quick. So, first things first. Xbox Cloud Gaming, which requires you to have Xbox Game Pass Ultimate, is now available in Argentina and New Zealand. So you can play your games on the go as long as you've got a good enough internet connection, you know, using cloud gaming on your phone. Or, we'll be getting to it in a moment, your smart television. Your Samsung smart television. That is one of the announcements. Argentina, New Zealand, Xbox Cloud Gaming. They have been slowly rolling out into more and more countries. Which also could be on your computer. So if you've got a laptop that you actually can't download and play the game as well, you can just use the cloud gaming as long as you have a fast enough internet. That's always the key with the cloud gaming. You need a good internet connection. Some places, they don't always have the best internet. But it's good they're making it available in as many places as they can over time. And moving on to the next news. Xbox Game Pass. Xbox Cloud Gaming, to be more specific, I guess, with Game Pass. It is coming to Samsung smart televisions June 30th in 27 countries. They did not say what the countries were that I recall. But Samsung 2022 Samsung Smart TVs and 2022 Smart Monitor Series Samsungs. So let's just open up the Samsung press release. We can go through here. So it's coming to the Samsung Gaming Hub, which will be on their latest TVs and monitors. So yeah, Samsung Electronics, the world's leading TV. Should make sure you guys can read this a little bit better. So this is probably what the app's gonna look like. Actually, it almost has a better design. Like, it almost has a better design than the, the Xbox app on Xbox. Go figure. Yeah. Samsung Electronics, the world's leading TV manufacturer for 16 years, today announced that Xbox is joining Samsung Gaming Hub, a new game streaming discovery platform available on 2022 Samsung smart TVs, including the Neo QLED 8K, Neo QLED 4K, QLEDs, and the 2022 Smart Monitor Series. Samsung Gaming Hub will become the world's first smart TV platform to include the Xbox app on smart TVs. So if you want to play your Xbox games and you don't have a good computer, or you even have a computer, and you don't want to have to play them on your phone, and you don't own an Xbox, if you've got one of these TVs, all you gotta do is take your Xbox controller, connect it via Bluetooth to the television, and then you can play it. And actually, I believe it's not just the Xbox controller. I think even the PlayStation 5 DualSense controller will work as well. So, go figure. Stream over. You can stream over 100 games through the Xbox app, including blockbuster titles, Halo Infinite, and Forza Horizon 5. Moreover, they can play new games on day one of the release from Xbox Game Studios and enjoy iconic franchises from Bethesda Softworks, Starfield, and more. Powered by Tizen? It is a new game streaming discovery platform bridging hardware and software for a better player experience with 2022 Samsung Smart TVs. And if anyone is wondering about the Xbox Cloud Gaming, how does it work? They're running on actual Xbox Series X hardware that Microsoft has built a bunch of servers out of. I don't know how many, hundreds of thousands, potentially millions of Xbox Series X's have been converted into cloud streaming service hubs. So, let's see. You'll be able to connect a Bluetooth-enabled controller like the Xbox wireless controller, the Xbox adaptive controller, the Elite Series 2 controller, or the DualSense controller. Yeah, I know they mentioned that. And then, Xbox also announced Project Moorcroft. It is curated demos coming to Xbox Game Pass. I'll just open up their actual thing. Okay, that is there. Okay. Oh yeah, they're excited to share that later this year, it's our intent to roll out the ability for Xbox Game Pass Ultimate members to play from the cloud select games they already own or have purchased that are not even part of the Xbox Game Pass library. So they're making games available to play on the cloud, even if they're not part of Xbox Game Pass, as long as you're an Xbox Game Pass Ultimate member. They also revealed the first details of Project Moorcroft, a program that brings the fun and discovery of playing new, curated demos of upcoming games to our Xbox Game Pass members. You'll begin rolling out within the next year. So by later this year or early next year, beginning with a focus on providing independent developers from around the world more opportunities to build excitement for their games. Participating developers will be able to see how their demos perform, and that's kind of cool. And they will be compensated for releasing demos. So they'll get a little bit of money for making demos, which is kind of cool. Enabling them to bring their creativity to Xbox and reach new audiences with Game Pass. So, if developers want to, they can release demos for Xbox Game Pass. And get a little bit of money for it. Which is actually kind of cool. Xbox Design Lab. New colors, soft pink, soft orange, soft green, soft purple. New camo, top cases. Yeah, Xbox Design Lab basically custom design your own Xbox controller with a bunch of, well, custom colors and whatnot. And moving on. Todd Howard, you all know Todd Howard, you know, it just works. He said today that him and Bethesda are putting the finishing touches on Starfield. And of course, Microsoft Gaming CEO Phil Spencer added, Starfield for me is a unique opportunity. Todd Howard has been a friend for an awful long time, and the fact that Bethesda Game Studios is working on a new IP, which has been a long time coming, this will be a hallmark for us in terms of the acquisition of ZeniMax, getting to work with Todd, and bringing the game to market. I've seen a lot of this game. People are going to see more of it, probably referring to Sundays, Xbox and Bethesda's, game showcase. And also in the goal of let's get more players for this game than any other game. Xbox, PC, cloud gaming. It's just not coming to Switch or PS5. And Todd Howard also said, players out there can experience what we're creating, get it to more people around the world and in so many different ways. Cloud gaming, I'm assuming. Yeah, I mentioned cloud gaming and whatnot. So the fact that he's saying putting the finishing touches on the game, which means I'm assuming the main game is done. They are basically fixing bugs, optimizing the game to run better and higher frame rate. So maybe it'll be a Bethesda game that is not really a broken mess. You know how Bethesda games are. They're buggy, but they're never usually broken. They're usually buggy, but still playable. You just come across funny little glitches and bugs while you're playing. I don't think you come across any bugs that just completely destroy and break the game. Alright, and two more Xbox news pieces. One is more sales related, but Xbox said they plan to launch 5 or more first-party exclusives in the next fiscal year, which would be July 2022 to June 2023. 5. Which is to meet or beat last fiscal year's number, which was Age of Empires 4, Flight Simulator, Psychonauts 2, Halo Infinite, and Forza Horizon 5. Some guesses. Starfield and Redfall, since they're supposed to come out in the first half of next year, there's 2 right there. I would assume Forza Motorsport is coming out. There's 3. I'm sure there's plenty of others. We'll know more on Sunday. Come Sunday, we should know more. There's rumors of a Gears of War collection in development that'll have remasters of the Gears games. I mean, Gears 1 has already been remastered, but not 2 or 3, so maybe you get remasters of those two, and as well as 4, 5, and maybe Judgment. So you got potentially 6 Gears games in one collection. Rumored to be coming out later this year, but if it's announced this Sunday, then great. If it's not announced this Sunday, I'm assuming the rumor was wrong. Not right at all. We'll see soon enough. And last bit of Xbox stuff. Out of Japan from Famitsu Figures, for last week, the Xbox Series X and S sold 11,573 units, which is the first time the Xbox Series X and S has sold over 10,000 units since launch week. And if you exclude the launch week of the Xbox Series X and S, the last time an Xbox console sold over 10,000 units was in Japan in 1 week, was the Xbox 360 in 2010, 12 years ago. They had some other good weeks because they did have Blue Dragon and Lost Odyssey as Japanese as JRPG exclusives. And they also had Dead or Alive exclusive and Ninja Gaiden exclusive on the original Xbox and Xbox 360, at least early on. Yeah, it's weird to see Xbox having a pulse. So yeah, also that figure, 11,573, it is roughly, in 1 week, 10% of what the Xbox One sold in lifetime. 7 years. Ish. About 7 years. It's a bit. It's like, what? So in 1 week. Hey, Ness! How you doing? We are currently going over the gaming news. I've been talking about the news from the last few days. We've been going over the Xbox news. Xbox Cloud Gaming coming to Argentina and New Zealand. Xbox Game Pass coming to Samsung smart televisions June 30th in 27 countries. So you don't need an Xbox. You don't need a powerful computer. If you have one of the latest Samsung smart televisions, you can play your Xbox games on it through cloud gaming, as long as you've got a fast enough internet and a Bluetooth controller that can hook up to it. They did say any of the Xbox controllers will work on it, as well as the PS5 DualSense controller, which is interesting but nice, giving people options. And that requires Xbox Game Pass Ultimate for that. Let's see, and then moving on, we go to Europe figures for May. Nintendo Switch Sports was the best-selling game in Europe in May. Then FIFA 22, Lego Star Wars, GTA 5 will never die, apparently. Until GTA 6 comes out, I think, at this point. Elden Ring, NBA 2K22, Horizon Forbidden West, Mario Kart 8 Deluxe, RDR2, and Gran Turismo 7 rounding out the top 10 best-selling games. There is some data missing. There is no digital sales for Nintendo games, and that didn't matter. Nintendo Switch Sports was still number 1. It was a huge hit in France and Germany, Nintendo Switch Sports, accounting for over half of all copies sold in Europe. It was also the top-selling game in Spain and Italy. 7.9 million games sold in May across Europe, which is a 29% decrease over April 2022, and a 21% decrease compared to May 2021. Sales are also down 16% year over year. Hold on one moment. I'm reading like, wait a minute, that doesn't sound right. Hold on 1 second. There's a little typo. Just gonna pretend that didn't happen. Okay. Right. Just fixing that little typo. Like, oh yeah, I see a typo. Yeah, it happened. Yeah, okay. Right. Game consoles. There were 297 video game consoles sold across Europe. However, these Europe console sales are missing the UK, Germany, and basically most of Eastern Europe. Includes Russia, which right now video game console sales are big fat 0. Because Microsoft, Nintendo, and Sony have all pulled out of Russia for good reasons. Pretty much every company has done so as well. The Nintendo Switch sold around 135 units. 135,000 units in Europe, minus basically Eastern Europe, UK, and Germany. best-selling console. Basically the same as last year. It's the eighth straight month is the best-selling console. PS5 and Xbox Series XS sales are up 26% compared to April. And for 2022 year-to-date, January through May, the PS5 has seen a drop of about 50% compared to the same period last year. Stock shortages and all that, 50% drop is quite big. And the Xbox Series X and S sales are about flat year over year, and the Switch sales are up 20%. Despite it being out for over 5 years now, it is up 20% in these countries, being Belgium, Denmark, Finland, France, Italy, Portugal, Russia, which is basically 0 sales now, Spain, Sweden, and Switzerland. Missing a lot of big countries, but we do get the UK charts as well. Germany's like the one big country we're missing data from. Any big data. Yeah, Last of Us Part 2 was leaked earlier this morning, but we'll get to the actual news when it was officially announced. So moving on to Summer Game Fest. Here we are, 30 minutes into recording. We're finally moving into the Summer Game Fest stuff. So, let me just mute the music. We got some trailers. We have a lot of trailers to watch, actually. Street Fighter 6, which was announced at the PlayStation State of Play, released a new trailer. It's time for Guile. Let me lower that really low. So here we are, Street Fighter 6, Guile trailer. This probably what we do the next phase, going through all the trailers.
Let me have some fun. Let's get this mission started.
So it's Street Fighter. Although I think the roster is pretty much the same. It is up on Feature Charts in his article, if you were wondering.
This will be a good fight. Got you in my sights.
And this is how Summer Game Fest started out today. Was this trailer? Although we'll be going through stuff a little bit out of order because I was writing the news. And stuff was getting posted a little out of order as trailers becoming available and details on the game was coming out. So, Street Fighter 6, Guile, confirmed.
I'm just on another level.
With his very tall hair. And then there was a big theme of space horror games. I swear that first 45 minutes, half of it was space horror games. But we go into the Callisto Protocol. Got a new trailer.
Callisto Protocol.
Which, you were curious. Callisto Protocol. Very Dead Space-esque. But yeah, space horror game. We're gonna several of those we're gonna be going through right back to back. To back. To back? Something like that? If you guys like space horror games, this is the showcase for you. At least the first bit of it. So yeah, everyone watching, how are you all doing? Hope you all having a good Thursday. Just about out of my drink, which is Pepsi and 2 shots of rum, because today's day, long day of game writing, announcements, and whatnot. Needed a drink. Gosh, it's Thursday. It is Thursday, Ness. It is Thursday. Also early June. Early June? Almost a third of the way through June. It's the 9th already. My goodness. Where does the time fly? I've also been, I say, a bump. Exercise-wise, which I need to work out after this stream. I haven't got the energy for it. No. Yeah. Callisto Protocol. I mean, I guess we probably should be spending the longest time on all the trailers. Skip through them a little bit. Otherwise, this is going to be going on a long while. That is for sure. So yeah. Callisto Protocol. It looks interesting. Does his gun double as a melee weapon? I have no idea. Yeah, I'm getting Dead Space vibes with this. I'm not saying it's exactly like Dead Space, but there's definitely similarities to Dead Space. Also, apologize if I missed anything. Oh, that was announced or show. Right. Oh, he just got sucked in and getting absolutely destroyed. It's one way to die. Certainly one way to die. So yeah, there was so much announced, I wouldn't be surprised if I missed writing up anything. I was at the showcases today. I really wouldn't be shocked. Right, a new Aliens game was announced. Aliens Dark Descent. Announced for the PS5, Xbox Series X and S, PS4, Xbox One, and PC coming out next year. Seems like Dead Space, but highly innovated on. Yeah. Also, there's a Dead Space remake coming out next year. There's a lot of space horror games coming out, I think, early next year. So, Aliens Dark Descent. It's Aliens. I mean, I normally don't do horror, but man, I love Alien and Aliens. So, Aliens is less horror, more action.
Sergeant Leo Alvarez of the CM Leth Recon Squad. Our mission was to enter the Tantalus base, locate the ComSat relay, and bring it back online.
So with this,
we found the relay.
You got a lot of talking.
Was
You watching this, you don't know what it is, and you're like, wait a minute, the lights up there? This is an alien game, isn't it?
Willis, take the lead.
But it looks like it's a cooperative game. Which is, I'm all for that. More games to play with M and her brother and whoever else.
What we found was a new kind of evil. And it found
That's
us
too loud.
first.
Hopefully it's not too loud for you guys. A new kind of, oh yeah, there's a new, some type of new alien? Villain? Thing?
This wasn't human.
A human taking over. And then, of course, you got the aliens.
Willis! Open fire! Go, go, go!
Yeah, pretty sure this is a cooperative game. Showing, you know, squad based, you got multiple characters.
Hold that door, Sergeant! Son of a...
And the sergeant is an asshole. But of course he is.
I don't know what I saw in there. But I know when I close my eyes,
You let them die? Yeah. Oh!
I still see it.
Yeah, there's a tail. Our mission was to locate the ComSat
Now
relay
everyone's
to bring
dead.
back. Sound like the ending, the second level of Breach. It kind of bit. Kind of does. Yeah, I know what you mean.
And someone needs to know.
And all the aliens. Actually, that kind of looks like the... Is it the Nostromo from the original Alien movie? Someone knows. Feel free to let me know, but that right there, that little ship, kind of reminds me of the Nostromo from the original Alien. Aliens. Dark Descent. Oh, there's actual gameplay. Oh, it's a top-down game. So yeah, PS5, PS4, Xbox Series X and S, Xbox One, and PC. Unreal Engine. Let's see. Never mind. It's a real-time strategy game. In Aliens Dark Descent, command a squad of hardened colonial marines to stop a terrifying xenomorph outbreak on Moon Letha? Lead your soldiers in real-time combat against iconic xenomorphs, rogue operatives from the insatiable Weyland-Yutani Corporation. So what is an evil corporation? You're the commander, they are your weapon, yada yada, so. Not quite what I was expecting, even though I saw that before. There's so much to watch, so much to write up. Some of it just, yeah. Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2. Might as well go in the order that they've been posted on the website, even though they're not in the order when they were showcased. Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2, we did see basically a full level, or a lot of a level, of Dark Water. This is almost 8 minutes. Are we going to watch this whole thing? Probably not. We'll take a quick look at this. Operation Dark Water.
Eyes in the red.
Alright, that's our target. Shadows 1 and
So it's Call of Duty.
Let's invite ourselves in.
All station ship is visual.
Copy. Ready for assault. Stay on comm.
My monitor's not even 4K. Let me go to the right.
Clear. Disarm that
My monitor's
vessel.
1440p.
anything. This could be a trap.
So it's Call of Duty.
Actual, we're set.
Copy. Get
I'm
to
expecting Call of Duty Vanguard sales were down by 1/3 compared to the previous years. I'm expecting Modern Warfare 2 to be kind of a return to form for Call of Duty. Not that I personally don't play Call of Duty games, but for Call of Duty fans, it's probably something you're looking forward to. And rumors are Call of Duty. Yeah, I never played the original Modern Warfare 2 either. Is that there will be no new Call of Duty game next year. They'll be taking a year off.
You've got 3 AQ internal. 2-1 making entry.
So, cut right clear through.
I mean, graphically, it's Call of Duty.
Room clear. Coming out. Shadow 1 moving to the southeast stairwell.
So,
Scorers, right side.
I say your guns are quite loud. I'm pretty sure everyone knows you're there. You'd think, anyway.
2 above.
It's very cinematic. I prefer more open areas that you can explore and make your own decisions of how to get places versus more linear stuff. I mean, I don't mind some linear stuff, but I don't know. You played the original Modern Warfare Ghost? Would you believe? Interesting ones. And I was gonna say the critically acclaimed one and the University Editor one. That's interesting. I played Modern Warfare 1. That was it. I didn't care for it. That was the critically acclaimed one. Like, not for me. I'm not into the whole World War II or like modern day World War stuff. Like, I like science fiction, fantasy, different worlds, future, far ahead in the future. Alien. Isn't that a little more different versus like, yep, you're just on Earth, normal place. That's me personally. Some people love this stuff, obviously, because Call of Duty is the best-selling game every year. Also, looks like this is a captured on PS5, I assume, since I saw the square of the PS5 controller. The pickup of the weapon. Ammo.
All shadows, missile is on the helipad. 2-1, we're moving to secure. Cover us. 2 copies all.
Call Infinite Warfare and Advanced. Yeah, but the thing is, it's still Call of Duty. And I don't have much interest in Call of Duty. I'm also not a big fan of post-apocalyptic games. They're always dark and drab and dreary. Oh, the easy day was yesterday level. Hey, Emerald, how are you? Hope you're doing well. I wasn't sure it was even gonna show up tonight because I never stream on a Thursday. And I didn't stream yesterday, but I ended up getting with Emma and her brother for a few hours. You're good? That's good. See, we're just going through all the gaming news. Game News Roundup, which this may or may not go up on YouTube. The last one didn't do so bad for my YouTube, but then my YouTube stuff is Minecraft. So I don't know if I should make a whole new YouTube channel or not. What do you think? Game News Roundup, the YouTube channel? Yeah, definitely on PS5. Not that it'll be that forever at all. Activision Blizzard being acquired by Microsoft in the next year.
We got a problem. Missile is somewhere on the ship.
Although I think Sony still has marketing rights and whatnot to Call of Duty through 2023, I think is the rumor. Or I don't even know for sure. You played Big Red 1 back when it came out on PS2, so I've been exposed to it. I also like World War II history. The thing is, I like World War II history, but generally World War II games, like, I like history stuff, learning about history. I don't know. Because all the World War II games just kind of blend in with each other.
ourselves a gunfight.
Missile control.
I'm realizing I was gonna be skipping through this, and here we are. 5.5 minutes into an nearly 8-minute video. I guess we'll just finish this up, and then we'll move on. Also surprising, the first Game News Roundup I did, I didn't get hit with any demonetization, which is surprising. It was fully monetized. I was not expecting to happen.
Reloading!
They're forcing up!
So the thing is shaking, things are rolling and moving.
I'm
The
moving!
cover's changing, I guess, as things shift.
Just don't get caught between them!
Yep. That's what I must say. It's been a long time since I've watched a game like been blown away by the visuals. That's I can't remember the last time that happened. I still play Call of Duty. That's cool, but nothing groundbreaking. Moves with the swing of the boat, yeah.
How far are you from the bridge?
More or less.
This is one! We're pushing towards the entry now! Copy that. They closed off the bridge entry! Secure the deck and we'll blow the door!
Visual on bridge entry.
Open the door!
Controls are
Yep.
internal.
Oh, it's locked, huh?
Alright, stand back. Shadow 1 going explosive on bridge entry. 3, 2, 1, execute!
Nope. And there's the end of that, and they're showing them all the little snippets. October 28th.
Pre-order now and get early access to the open.
Coming to everything but Switch of the main consoles that are out now. It's a bunch of helicopters coming to sink the ship. Is confirmed for definite, I will say. So moving on. Do we go through all this? I mean, I guess we're here, right? We might as well. Dark fantasy first-person shooter, Witchfire. Got a gameplay. Okay, come on. Why is the website running so slow? Yeesh, yeah, it's slow. Got a new trailer. Summer Game Fest. Dark fantasy first-person shooter called Witchfire. Which, it's launching soon in early access on Epic Games Store. Okay. Yeah. See if I missed anything. There's always a potential that I missed some while writing up the news. Alright, I have everything I can as quick as I can. All the announcements. There's a lot to write up, as you can see, at least on a day like today. So yeah, first person shooter, dark fantasy, I can see it. And some magical powers as well. Again, it'll be on Epic Games Store in early access soon. And I might skip some of the trailers because I know some of them didn't really show anything. Looks interesting. You know, adding the whole magic powers into it. Nope. Big boss, dude. Witchfire. Slightly generic, eh? Early access soon. Epic Games Store. From the Astronauts. And it's an Unreal Engine game. Let's see what else we got. Flashback 2. Trailer didn't actually really show much of anything, so I'm not going to bother showing that, but it's coming. It's a sequel to a 1992 science fiction platformer. Flashback. Comes out winter 2022, so this year. Basically every console. PS5, Xbox Series X and S, Switch, PS4, Xbox One, and PC. Moving on. A climate change apocalyptic game called High Water. It's coming to PC and mobile.
Good morning, High Water dwellers. High Water Pirate Radio, keeping you in the know with our flow.
Yeah, it's short of trailer. Might as well watch this.
Continue to deny false rumors that Alphaville elites are planning to evacuate to Mars. True or not, the one thing we can't deny is that the world ended on a sunny day.
So it's the climate change is as bad as it can be, and all the Greenland and Antarctica ice sheets melt. That's probably what this is, and everything's gotten really hot. And it's the end of the world. High Water. Yeah. Climate change, a post-apocalyptic game. Oh yeah, here we go. Another sci-fi horror game. Routine! It's coming to Xbox Series X, S, Xbox One, PC, and Xbox Game Pass. I don't think a release window was revealed, but let's take a quick look at the trailer. Lower that volume a bit. I wonder what that game is about. High Water? If it's a sandbox, or whether it's a story. I'm assuming it's maybe a mix of both. But obviously, it didn't show that much in the trailer. So yeah, this game is called Routine. Xbox, PC, and Game Pass. Again, another sci-fi horror game. One of like 4 or 5 shows. No, this trailer I don't think shows that much. Spoopy. Oh. Is that a camera I'm holding, or is that an actual... Oh! Okay. Evil robots! Routine! Let's see if there's any specific... something. I'm trying to think if there's anything about the actual development. Yeah, first-person science fiction horror title set on an abandoned lunar base, designed around a 1980s vision of the future. Curious exploration turns into a need for survival when a lunar base goes completely quiet. Searching for answers puts you face to face with the enemy who is certain to be the main threat to you. This theme's frightening and creepy. Yeah. Again, it's coming to Game Pass. Who knows? Maybe I'll stream it. Good thing about games coming to Game Pass, if it's something I'm not into, it's not the end of the world. Marvel stuff. There's 2 trailers? Did I... oh, here it is. I'm like, there were 2 Marvel... Well, I feel like one's not Marvel, but... What's going on here? Marvel's Midnight Suns launches October 7th. PS5, Xbox Series X and S, PS4, Xbox One, and PC on Steam and Epic Games Store. Let's take a quick look at this 2.5-minute trailer.
This world has no hope under your watch.
Oh, right. This has Metallica's Master of Puppets. Shoot. I just remembered that. It just said it was in the corner. We're gonna have to watch this silent. I do apologize, but I don't feel like getting a copyright strike or whatever it is on Twitch or on YouTube. So, I do apologize. We're gonna have to... Wait. Well, maybe... Maybe if I have it really quiet. Really quiet. You got Venom. Running. From green light. Then, still running. He's still running from green fire. Who's green fire? Who's green fire? This person. I'm not sure who that is, but someone from Marvel. Someone knows. Let me know. I actually don't know who that is.
Mother won't hurt you.
Interesting art style. Or style of her, I should say, or look. And there's Spooderman!
Typical Parker luck. I'm gonna need some backup.
And I believe the voice actor from Spider-Man, Marvel's Spider-Man from the PS4, is voicing Spider-Man in this game as well. So here you are. Bunch of Marvel superheroes. Spider-Man's the obvious one. Might have been Blade in there. Oh, yep. You got no clue? Good guess. Yeah, I'm not sure who that is either. Someone else. And then another villain, and oh, yep, I hear the Metallica music in the background. Oh boy. Hopefully it doesn't pick it up. And then, oh, evil villain. Oh, look what happened to oh, I see. Some of these are, oh, an evil Hulk. Evil Hulk! Okay, so characters you play as. You got Wolverine, Spooderman, Iron Man, Blade, I'm assuming? Jean Grey? No, Black Widow. With that mask, Black Widow. And, Ghost Rider. I'm not sure who she is. If anyone knows, again, feel free to let me know. Marvel's Midnight Suns, October 7th. On everything but Switch. Scrolling up through the news. Are these evil Marvel Avengers? I mean, I guess so, maybe. Could be interesting. We haven't really had much in the way of good Marvel games, other than the Spider-Man games. Which, if anyone did miss, Marvel's Spider-Man and Spider-Man Miles Morales are coming to PC later this year. Former StarCraft developers, they announced earlier this year they formed a new studio, Frost Giant Studios, and they're developing a new RTS called Stormgate. If you are a StarCraft fan, you will be a fan of this. This is just a CG trailer, mind you, so the game is probably a couple years away. At least. So yeah, if you like StarCraft, this game is for you. Even if it's just a CG trailer.
Discovery, this is Command. Storm's in your way. Prepare for extraction.
Signal's breaking up. Command, I'll do one last scan. See you soon. Over. Okay, hurry. Now we're talking. Command, I may be onto something.
She's onto something. Or what is this something? Oh! Crystal entered a thing.
What does the scouter say
Oh.
about his power level? It's over 9,000! What, 9,000?
It's
343 Guilty Spark.
Albal with the 4 months sub. Oh my goodness, thank you, Albal. Let me give you your points for my Streamlabs points. Yeah, it looks like 343 Guilty Spark. I was thinking like it kind of reminds me of the monitors in Halo, doesn't it? You know, 343 Guilty Spark being the obvious one. The only one I can think of the name of. Off the top of my head, there are plenty of others.
Have it, Command. Repeat, I have it.
A shield.
Mission accomplished.
And then Evil Awakens. It's a monster. Ooh, it's a demon with wings. Oh. I think that would hurt a lot more. least she has a useful shield. Oh, yeah.
Hang tight, Doc. I've got this.
Giant mech. Person in it. Well, not giant, but mech. Mech versus demon. And this is an RTS, so you got the human side with their technology, and then the other side, demons of some type. At least this one looks like a demon. I just forgot that was alert and thought the newly created shield was That's funny. That's funny, Al. Again, thank you so much for the resub, Al. 4 months. I am now up to 13 out of 20. Well, 13 Twitch sub points. Technically, I have 8 subscribers, but Justin is a tier 3. So, but yeah, sub points I have 13 out of 20. So, thank you, Alval, for getting me a little bit closer to my total sub goal. Which, you know, of course, if I lose subs, that number goes down. But hey, I do appreciate it. I'm trying to get back into streaming a couple days a week, and today was stream number 2. And this Game News Roundup, everyone seems to be enjoying this instead of me just playing games and when I mean I'm still gonna be playing games on stream, but you know. But yeah, this game Stormgate is in development for PC and we'll have a beta sometime next year. Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Shredder's Revenge comes out next week. PS4, Xbox One, Switch, PC, and Xbox Game Pass. Again, next week. Let's take a quick look. Because most of these trailers are only like 1 or 2 minutes long. So if you're into old school arcade action, next week. It's next Wednesday, I think? No, Thursday? Next Thursday? June 16th. All the different characters you can play as. It is Ninja Turtles. And I must say, these Game News Roundup, I'm enjoying doing them as well. Obviously, there'll be weeks or even a month or 2 in a row where there'll be very little of this Game News Roundup, or there'll only be like 10 to 20 minutes. But right now, there's a lot of gaming news coming in because it's that time of year. June is a big month for gaming news. And the next one, I might just do the Xbox Game Showcase versus all the other news going on over the next bunch of days. Maybe go over some of the bigger announcements as well. Nickelodeon, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Shredder's Revenge, June 16th. I'm just trying to go through these somewhat quickly. We are getting towards the end-ish. Next is a game I honestly, I'm looking forward to it. Metal Hellsinger, September 15th for PS5, Xbox Series X and S, and PC. It has heavy metal music in it, which means I should probably have this one.
Hi, my name is Carl, and I'm a developer
Somewhat
of
quiet.
Metal Hellsinger. You know how in some games with the music
apologize.
really good, you feel compelled to move and shoot.
I want Star Ocean, Dead Island, Silent Hill news. Yeah, well, we got none of those album today.
The more intense everything gets. And we have vocal performances from legendary artists like
Also, who knows what's going on with Dead Island 2 at this point? Or Silent Hill's not even been announced yet.
We do recommend it.
The one that was in development by Kojima was cancelled, so who knows? Konami, you know Konami. Star Ocean, I don't know. So, this reminds me of the latest Doom games. You know, Doom and Doom Eternal. You know, the fast-paced, but with actual metal music from metal artists. Which, I like metal. Metal is my type of music. I'm realizing I'm going to stream this, but then I thought about it. If there's copyrighted metal music in it, probably a bad idea. It used to not be an issue. Unless this is all original music that other artists have written, that maybe you'll be alright, then you might be okay. But you got mess with it. Shooter, demons. It's Doom with metal music. So, Konami, who don't use their massive IP resources? Let me ask Konami. Technically, neither does Microsoft. You know how many IP franchises they own that they haven't touched ever? One of the franchises people have been calling for years to come back is a new Banjo Kazooie, a remake of the originals, an actual Banjo Kazooie 3, not what that nuts and bolts was. Oh, there's a demo out of this now. I didn't even realize that, or maybe I realized that I just forgot. Probably the more accurate way to put it. So there's that. Looks interesting. And now we have Gotham Knights. That's not what I'm doing up. Gotham Knights, which is coming out next year. Doom with metal music. Yeah, I mean, I like Doom and I like metal music. So yeah, Gotham Knights, DC game. It's Batman is dead. And his underlings have taken up the mantle to fight.
I had nothing. And then this city became my home.
Oh yeah, this trailer focuses on Nightwing, by the way.
Its people became my family. Gotham gave me everything. It deserves to feel safe.
You haven't played Doom yet? Not into metal music. Psh, metal music's the best genre out there. Nah, I guess that and hard rock. Classic rock.
No matter how hard we try, there's always more to do.
And the new Doom games are pretty good. If you're into fast-paced, first-person shooters, the new Doom games are fantastic. If you're not for you, not for you. Everyone's into different games. Everyone's different, you know?
Got time for a dance, Nightwing?
Yeah, this...
I got this, Bruce.
It's definitely... I think it might be co-op. Looks like it's co-op, too. October 25th.
Pre-order now and get the 233 custom back and get the
PS5, Xbox Series X and S, yeah, and PC. On Steam and Epic Games Store, October 25th. I bet if you're into the Batman Arkham series, I feel like this is gonna be kind of a spiritual successor to them. Was that Batgirl?
Pre-order now.
Yes. Yes, it was. Nightwing, Batgirl, Robin, and what's the other dude's name? Open world, third-person action RPG, featuring the Batman family. Let's see. Yeah, Batgirl, Nightwing, Red Hood, and Robin are the 4 players in the game. I don't know if it's... Oh, it is. Team up and 2-player online co-op. Play Gotham Knights solo or team up with a friend. That's a shame it's not 4-player co-op. Up to 4-player co-op. So yeah, 2-player co-op. Growing up, I wasn't around Castle, a bit of indie music or songs in the vein of Burnout. If these games include rock music, then maybe I'm into it after all. My Chemical Romance, never got into them. I mean, Metallica I've seen in concert how many times. And Bruce Springsteen, my aunt's a huge fan, so I've seen him a lot of times. Muse I've seen a few times. Ghost, Bon Jovi, Slayer, Megadeth, Anthrax. I saw them all together with Metallica. This isn't Arkham. No, I think it's its own thing. Emerald. I think it's its own thing, but it's kind of in the vein. It's kind of in the vein of those games. So there's also a trailer for Warhammer 40k. You know, Dark Tide. Got a new gameplay trailer, which is coming to Xbox, PC, and Game Pass September 13th, which I will probably be playing this with M and her brother. We played Vermintide, which was okay, but since it's coming to Game Pass, also there's a lot of Warhammer games in development right now. 4 or 5, I think. I mean, they're all different.
Access the operations array and use the cryonic rods to flush the system. preferably before something explodes.
This is like a long YouTube video. I'm at an hour and 10 minutes. Basically, this is basically turned into like a podcast going over the latest gaming news. Except I'm by myself. If I had someone to do these with. A little different as I'm actually showing trailers and whatnot. So it's like, reminds me of Vermintide. I think Spare Luke is a massive fan of them apparently. Oh, you mean My Chemical Romance album? Lots of dudes. Different class, different characters, different classes, different powers.
That's the first part done. Get to the base of the Matrix spire and put those cryonic rods to work.
Yeah, if you're looking for a cooperative game to play with friends, family, not family, but friends, this could be just be something. I'm definitely gonna play this with Em and her brother. I'm not sure when this comes out. Hopefully, it's got cross-play. I don't know if this will run on my computer until I get a new graphics card. Which, at this point, I'm waiting for the next-gen and AMD graphics cards before I upgrade. At this point. What do we got next? Oh, The Last of Us stuff. Layers of Fear. And the Devolver Digital stuff. Let's get all these open. Let's just get all these things open. We'll end with The Last of Us stuff, I think. And then we'll skip ahead a little bit. It's not really ahead, but we'll go to the Layers of Fears. Not Layers of Fear. Layers of Fear from Bloober Team. Comes out early next year for PS5, Xbox Series X and S, and PC. Let's check out the reveal trailer.
Someone once said insanity runs in our family.
Still in development. I never actually played the Layers of Fear games
Run.
myself. I did enjoy The Medium. That was a decent game. I actually haven't played the Blair Witch game. I heard it was good. I'm generally not a big fan of horror games myself. But if you're into horror games, there's a lot coming out next year.
They say it's a tale of sadness and guilt of an artist trapped in a place beyond redemption. It's a lie. This is a story of my fear, pain, and hatred, of the horror of my loneliness. And it is mine to tell.
Psychedelic Horror Chronicle.
Now I see it. All this misery, all this suffering. There was no other way.
Shouldn't have. You really shouldn't have.
Made in Unreal Engine 5. The reboot? I don't know, album. Since I never played the originals, I couldn't tell you.
Bound by this body. Now, I break free.
Layers of Fears. So there's an S added to it. Early 2023. If you like horror games, early 2023, be a good time for you. Is there... First-person psychedelic horror chronicle focused on tense exploration and immersive storytelling. A new game built upon the foundations of Layers of Fear Inheritance, and Layers of Fear 2, with a surprising new story and gameplay direction. Created with the cutting-edge Unreal Engine 5 technology, the game will support ray tracing, HDR, 4K, and make use of the Lumen system to offer the most immersive and visceral horror experience. Layers of Fears will be the complete, definitive, and at the same time unpredictable way to discover the stories of artists enslaved by their obsessions. Prepare for an exquisite horror experience thanks to the expanded plot lines that will cast a new light on the overarching narrative. Seems like a reboot. It just sounded like a reboot reading that. But kind of a new direction, so kind of some of it. But again, I never played the original, so I can't say for certain. So before we get into the Last of Us stuff, let's go over the Devolver Digital stuff, which was 4 games. Cult of the Lamb, Plucky Squire, Angerfoot, and Skate Story. Yeah. Skate Story, coming out in 2023 for PC via Steam. I don't think any other platforms have been confirmed yet. Could be coming to consoles. I don't know for sure. In this game, Skate Story, you're a demon in the underworld made out of glass and pain. The devil has given you a skateboard with a simple deal. Skate to the moon and swallow it, and you shall be freed. Not only kickflip and grind your way through the ash and smoke of the underworld as you take on a seemingly impossible quest. Skate fast to destroy demons and save other tortured souls on your journey from fragile beginner to hardened skater. Yeah, I mean, Devolver Digital, mind you, is a publisher. Yeah, that's what we have. Angerfoot comes out next year for PC. A demo is available now, though, on Steam. Angerfoot is a lightning-fast, hard bass blast of kicking doors and kicking ass. Crash through the caffeine-fueled fever dream of Shit City, putting the boot to a menacing menagerie of merciless gangsters. Unleash the world's deadliest feat on a colorful cast of anthropomorphic enemies, clearing out slums, sewers, and skyscrapers as you grab new weapons, unlock new sneakers, and upgrade your powers in absurd and wonderful ways. Kick and shoot your way to the exit as you leave behind a smoldering trail of shattered doors, broken bones, and crumpled energy drinks. This game is weird. Let's watch the trailer. Less than a minute long. You got guns and you got powerful feet. It's colorful, alright. I mean, honestly, this looks like it could be a lot of fun and weird. You're driving with your feet, but of course you are. Angerfoot. Yeah, Angerfoot. That's the trailer. And the dudes just dance for the rest of it. As I said, they're known for weird games. Let's go with Cult of the Lamb next. So yeah, we got Cult of the Lamb, which launches on August 11th for the Xbox Series X and S, PS5, Switch, PS4, Xbox One, and PC. So about 2 months away. Cult of the Lamb. So there's a pig wandering in a scary forest. Evil thingies. Again, these are indie games. Clearly. And there's a lamb. Is he your friend? I probably should have read the description before we watched the trailer. I'll read that after this.
Hello.
Cult of the Lamb. I can see why it's called Cult of the Lamb. The all-powerful lamb god. August 11th. Yep. Alright, here's the gameplay part of the trailer. Visually, the way the style is and the 3D world with 2D characters and stuff reminds me of Don't Starve. The way things are designed. If you know Don't Starve. Just the look of it. Cult of the Lamb. And let's see, overview. Cast players in the role of a possessed lamb saved from annihilation by an ominous stranger and must repay their debt by building a loyal following in his name. Start your own cults in the land of false prophets, venturing out into diverse and mysterious regions to build a loyal community of woodland worshippers and spread your word to become the one true cults. Build your flock, destroy the non-believers, and spread the word. Interesting, right? And then we have the Plucky Squire, announced for PS5, Xbox Series XS, Switch, and PC. Coming out next year, it follows the magical adventures of Jot and his friends, storybook characters who discover a three-dimensional world outside the pages of their book. When the malevolent Humgrump realizes he's the villain of the book, destined to lose his battle against the forces of good for all eternity, he kicks the heroic Jot out of his pages and changes the story forever. Jot must face challenges unlike anything he's ever seen if he is to save his friends from Humgrump's dark forces and restore the book's happy ending. Jump between 2D and 3D worlds. In this charming action-adventure, solving puzzles, boxing badgers, flying with a jetpack, and enjoying many more delightful and surprising mini-challenges as you become the hero of a living storybook. Here we are. Let's watch this trailer. The Plucky Squire. It is a book.
Once upon a time, there was a plucky squire named Jot. Jot roamed the land in search of adventure, battling beasts, helping the helpless, and generally being very heroic. But then, one day, he discovered something rather curious.
No, he left the book.
A world he never knew existed.
I must say, this game looks pretty awesome. I think this is something I'm gonna play when it comes out. Early next year. Or, sorry, next year, not early next year. Sometime next year. So, moving on, we have The Last of Us announcements. So, first off, The Last of Us Part 2 has now sold over 10 million units on the PS4 as of spring 2022, since it launched in summer 2020. So, in about 2 years, sold about 10 million units. Yeah. Welcome back, Ness. No worries, no worries. Welcome back. Even though you've missed most of the announcements. Oh boy. It's okay, this will be going up on YouTube if you're curious. Or go on VG charts. Actually, we are on the last? Yeah, actually we are on the last stuff. Let me, whoop. I'm just grabbing the link to post in chat. If you're curious about the news, Ness, there's a link to VG Charts page with all the articles. No worries. But yeah, you might be interested in the Plucky Squire, which you just missed. It looks kind of cute. It's pretty cute. Or Cult of the Lamb seems interesting. So yeah, Last of Us Part 2 has now sold 10 million units worldwide. That's bad, but that's not much more to say than that at this point. When the editor-in-chief comes back to the website, he'll be updating it. Our game database with the latest figures, because currently we have 4 million from the last they updated sales, but he does this stuff and he likes doing it, so leave it for him to do. Which does mean the Last of Us franchise has now sold 30 million units, over 30 million units. I've backed a new game called Island Skies, and it looks cute as heck. Not your cup of tea, but it's, I mean, I don't mind. Like, I'm into serious games. I mean, I don't really do horror games, but I'm into fun action games. But I'm down for some cute games. Like, I like a mix of games, you know? I love open world games. But the thing is about open world games, they're big, they're long, they take a lot of hours. I can only do so many of those at a time. You know, I can only do one, then I need to take a break, and then play other smaller games throughout. So, also at Summer Game Fest, we got the first concept art of a Last of Us standalone multiplayer game. Not much was said about it, but in the PlayStation blog, Naughty Dog said, "It's no secret that many of you are not only drawn to The Last of Us' stories, but also the game's original factions multiplayer. Since The Last of Us Factions released almost a decade ago, dedicated players have been vocal about expansion upon that offering. However, we can finally announce that we're creating something much larger than a mode. We're thrilled to share a part of concept art from our upcoming multiplayer experience, which is an extremely ambitious undertaking. We're growing our studio significantly to ensure we build this full-scale standalone game with its massive scope and immense world in a way that fans have come to expect from The Last of Us and Naughty Dog. We aim to make our newest entry into multiplayer inviting to new players, while still a thrilling challenge for more of our seasoned fans. There will be more news to come next year on this game, and we cannot wait to introduce you to the team behind this new experience." So here we have the concept art. Let me just oh, never mind. That ain't better. There. So Last of Us. I don't know Skylines of Cities. Apparently, this is definitely a skyline. Is this like Los Angeles? San Francisco? I'm not totally sure. Looking at those trees there, and then you got a palm tree. You got the big buildings there. I'm not totally sure. But it's Last of Us, a standalone multiplayer game. They'll show more next year, which means the game's probably not coming out until 2024. 2025. They also announced a Last of Us Part 1 remake for coming to PS5 and PC. It is going to launch first for the PS5 on September 2nd. There are going to be multiple editions, and also, yeah, $70 on PS5 at launch. 90 bucks Canadian, 80 euro, which doesn't even make sense because the euro is stronger than the US. Never mind. And 7,900 yen. Not sure if those really add up, but yeah. And there's the box art. Last of Us Part 1 PS5 remake. There's also a digital deluxe edition, $80. Comes with a handful of weapons. You got weapon skins, increased crafting speed, skill, increased healing speed, skill, other upgrades stuff for your characters and whatnot. And the Firefly edition as well, $100. Looks like it comes in a collector's steelbook case. Comes with comics apparently, which is cool, and some other stuff. And here are some quick, before we get into the trailer, here are some screenshots of The Last of Us Part 1 remake, which was a 2012 game on the PS3 that came out a year later on PS4. Feel free to correct me if those years are off, but I'm pretty sure it's 2012. So here we are, the remake of Last of Us Part 1. Just quickly go through these screenshots. I did play Last of Us Part 1. Trying to think. 2017? I think is when I did it. Can't remember. I'm trying to think. I think I did stream it, but it's been so long that those VODs are definitely now gone. But let's watch the trailer for the remake of Last of Us Part 1. It never finished. Oh yeah, it never did finish. You're right.
I've been on quite the adventure, little brother.
I reckon it's got something to do with that girl.
It's got everything to do with that little girl.
September 2nd?
You know, I've never been this close. It's the outside.
So is that everything you hoped for?
Can't be any worse out there. Can it?
Once upon a time, I had somebody that I cared about. And in this world, that's good for one thing. Get you killed.
I can take care of myself.
How many close calls have we had?
I get into trouble down there. You make every shot count.
I got this.
Hope you know how to use that thing.
I've had some practice.
Last of Us Part 1. Remake. PS5, September 2nd. Also in development for PC, but no release date given. And I think that is it for the game news. Also, for anyone who's unaware, there is a Last of Us HBO TV series in development, and I believe they announced that tomorrow is the last day of filming, June 10th. So that should be coming out. Let's search HBO because I'm pretty sure. Yeah, it's not going to air this year. I was going to say, yeah, I don't think it airs this year, but it does star Pedro Pascal, as you know, as the Mandalorian, and Bella Ramsey, who who played Game of Thrones. God, I'm forgetting her character's name in Game of Thrones, but she was in Game of Thrones. But I think that's gonna do it for this game news roundup. If this goes up on YouTube, well, if you've been watching, hit that like button if you enjoyed it. Yeah, and subscribe. And if you guys want me to create a new YouTube channel specifically for this stuff, let me know and I can create a separate game news roundup channel. And then keep the main TrunksWD channel for Minecraft and other Let's Play stuff. But for now, this will be going up on the TrunksWD channel. So hope you all enjoyed. And I'll definitely be back soon for another game news roundup for the Xbox and Bethesda Games Showcase, which is this Sunday. 10 a.m. Pacific, 1 p.m. Eastern, 6 p.m. British Summertime, YouTube, Twitch, etc. One of the Mormon family. Yeah. You're right. Yeah, I think she was the little Mormon one, the young one, who was also a complete badass. Other showcases coming up: IGN, Netflix, Tribeca, Freedom Games, Guerrilla Collective, Wholesome Games, NetEase, Future of Play, Future Games Show, obviously Xbox and Bethesda PC Gaming Show, Guerrilla Collective, another one, Capcom Showcase, and then another Xbox Games Showcase Extended. So that's what's left of the schedule. If anyone is curious, post that on the Twitch chat. VG charts, you can find it on the forums, and if I remember, it should be on the top here. Oh, it's been no longer made important. Let me just quickly do that. When you label something important, it means when you see here at the top, it just shows up at the top for 48 hours. I'm just putting it back up there so people who are curious. There you go. So yeah, if you've been watching this on YouTube, hit the like button. Hope you guys enjoyed another game news roundup. That's